Hello, everyone. This is Richard. Welcome to another edition of Starfield Essentials. Today's episode, we'll be looking at the SKK Fast Start New Game mod. I'm on PC running the Steam version of Starfield. This is a great mod for anyone who wants to get started with the role-playing aspect of Starfield and doesn't want to be bound by the Constellation narrative. Today I'll be pairing the UC Marine with the Lodge location, the Argos Miner with the Cydonia location, Freestar Ranger with Akila City, Neon Thug with Neon, and the custom loadout with Random. I'll also be using the Constellation choice of 2, which allows you to recruit Constellation companions if you are interested in that. And I'll demonstrate how in some cases I did, in some cases I did not choose that option. I'm going to start this game from within Vortex, and once the game is started, you'll want to choose a new game. And after waiting a few seconds for the game to load, you'll be presented with a menu that shows the following. Essentially, you just need to scroll down, and you need to repeatedly press the options that you're interested in. So for example, if you want to join the Constellation or change the Join Constellation option, you need to scroll down, click Confirm, and whatever until you change it. In this particular example, I'm going to be creating the Freestar Ranger character. So the starting location will be Akila City. And once you're ready, you click Done. And the mod will start the character creation process, which is cool. You just go straight into character creation. So I'm just going to select this dude, and I'm going to build out this character. After building your character, the game starts assembling the location that you'll be starting from, which in our case is Akila City. And it takes a few moments, but once you're there, you see that you get a notice about credits being added to your account. And if you listen, you'll hear that the Frontier is landing nearby, which I thought was a nice touch. The mod author has the Frontier land at the landing pad outside of Akila City. In this case, I had 2 ships landing. I had another ship that I was sorely tempted to steal, but in this case, seeing as this character was explicitly supposed to be a Freestar Ranger, I thought it would be best to play it straight and just run up to the Frontier and check it out. Here's what this character looks like in terms of appearance and equipment. You can see that for weapons, they get a modified calibrated coachman and a modified refined rattler. They're wearing Ranger spacesuit and an accompanying Ranger pack and a Ranger space helmet, which is all appropriate for a Freestar Ranger. Now, you'll see that under the aid items, there's a few that are associated with other mods, so you won't get that with this character if you're not running those other mods. If you check the Ranger mission board, you'll find out you are not a Ranger. I guess to become a real Ranger, you'll have to do the appropriate quests, but I still like this mod. I like the idea of just starting with the character that you want and not having to bother with all the Constellation stuff. Next, we will try the Neon Thug on Neon. I recommend for stability purposes to fully quit the game and to restart it when you're using this mod. I had some issues when I was trying to just continually make new characters. So here we are with our menu selection, and I'm choosing the same Constellation menu option, but I am choosing the Neon Thug character and starting on Neon City. And once you are ready to go, you hit done and you go straight into the character creation menu. So I'll just scroll through and pick that guy looks like a Neon Thug. I might actually use this character, but here we are loading this character up with the traits. I chose the Neon Street Rat, that seemed to make sense. After finishing character creation, we have to wait a few moments while the game loads us up at Neon. And once we are there, you can see that we are on Neon. We're right outside the core. Once again, the mod author has helpfully provided us with the Frontier, and if we turn around and look outside, we can see that the Frontier is landing at the landing pad, which is pretty awesome. Let's take a look at what our character comes equipped with. For weapons, we'll see that the character has a modified refined Kraken and a Ripshank, which I guess is appropriate for a thug. For their armor, they get a Space Trucker spacesuit, and this is probably my least favorite spacesuit in the game. I guess it makes sense for a Neon Thug, but it kind of looks a little bit too puffy for me. They get a tunnel mining pack and a ground crew space helmet. The redeeming factor here, though, is the Striker streetwear. That's some of the coolest outfits that you can find in the game. So I think that's a pretty good look for this particular character. Thought it was neat too that they came with Synapse Alpha as one of their aids. Here's what our character looks like. I think that neon streetwear really makes up for any other issues that this character might have. So great job on this modder, SKKMods. Now we'll create our UC Marine, and we'll put this character at the lodge because that is the best we can do for New Atlantis. I guess this location of the lodge was meant for someone who wanted to start the Constellation quest, but I'm going to be using the same options that I've selected with the others as far as that number 2 for Constellation. And once we are ready to go, we hit done, and the character creator will pop up. I'm going to pick a character that looks like a Marine, and we will get to him right here. This to me looks like the prototypical Marine, so let's go ahead and build out this character. After character creation, our character teleports to the lodge, and we get the chance to see what character options are here, as well as what companions are waiting for us at the lodge. We can already see Vasco, and looking inside, we see Sarah and Mateo walking around. So let's get a look at what our character has on them. As far as their spacesuit, or actually their weapons, they get a modified refined Equinox and a suppressed calibrated Eon. Their spacesuit is the UC Marine spacesuit, which looks pretty cool. They get the UC Marine pack and the UC Marine space helmet. And they wear the Navy fatigues, which I think look pretty sharp. That's a good looking outfit. As far as aid items, they get some kind of chicken dish, which I thought was kind of funny. And here's what the character looks like from the outside. And he's just standing there. Nobody worries about this guy who just teleported.
I do not know.
And immediately we can interact with characters like Andreja, and we can say, "Are you ready to head back out?" And she's ready to follow us, which is cool. Tried talking to Sarah, and Sarah is also ready to head back out. So I decided, okay, we'll take Sarah along with us as well. Now the question is, do we get to have more than one companion at the same time? So it looks like I had, if I wanted to, I could tell Andreja to wait, which means she's still following me. I decided to go outside to see if Andreja and Sarah would follow me, and sure enough they did. Sarah was a little more reluctant apparently, standing by the door of the lodge, but I was able to leave with both of them. And because I was not near the spaceport, I had to get there by running, which is what I did next.
Right through the checkpoint.
Fortunately, when I got to the spaceport, there was no sign of my spaceship. I looked at both the right landing pad and the left landing pad, and there didn't seem to be a ship there. However, I heard a ship landing, and it looked like the Frontier. Unfortunately, it was not landing at one of the easily accessible landing pads. It was landing at that location that you kind of have to parkour your way over. So I decided to go check that out. Once I got up there, I could see that it was a UC Discovery. This is the same class of ship as the Frontier, but clearly it's not the Frontier. You can tell that it has different markings, and once I was able to get inside the ship, I could see that it was labeled as a UC Discovery. Now, I'm ashamed to say that my UC Marine stole the ship. I wasn't sure if I would be able to find the Frontier, so I used the ship tools, which I've talked about in previous videos, to add the ship to my inventory. It occurred to me that I might try the trick of making a change to my ship to see if it would reappear. So I went to the ship builder, selected the Frontier, which was listed as my home ship. I changed a color on a part, and then I was able to save the ship and see if the ship was available for me on the landing pad. And once I was able to do that, I left the ship technician, turned around, and what do you think I saw? There was the Frontier waiting for me. So there we have the UC Marine, a great option if someone wants to start with that type of character. Starting a new game, our next character is the Argos miner. We're going to have this character start out at Cydonia, and we'll choose the same loadout as far as the Constellation option. So Constellation option 2, and we'll select Cydonia as the location and Argos miner. And we go into the character creator and we pick a miner. That dude looks like a miner to me. So now let's do the character build. And after waiting a bit, we find ourselves outside the Broken Spear on Cydonia. We're in the middle of a miner discussion, which is interesting to just get dropped right in there. And we see the notes about what's available and so forth. Taking a look at our character, we can see that, as you'd expect, they're wearing the sorts of mining equipment. They do have a cutter, and for their firearm, a suppressed refined Eon. They're wearing the deep mining spacesuit, which is what you get when you start as an Argos miner in the vanilla Starfield game. You get the Deimos pack, and you get a deep mining space helmet. All pretty standard. I do like the Argos jacketed jumpsuit. That's a pretty cool looking outfit. And you see their aid items here. They get alien jerky. So, pretty standard miner, pretty much like vanilla Starfield. And here we are just standing in a group of miners that are complaining about their work situations, which is not the best on Cydonia if you've visited that location and taken part in some of those quests. So the next question I had was, where could I find the frontier? And I was hoping it would be waiting for me right outside on one of the landing pads. So I ran outside, and I was pleased to find out that that is indeed the case. The frontier is waiting for you outside. I visited the lodge to see if I could recruit companions, and I walked up to Andreja, and she had the "Are you ready to head back out" option, which indicated to me that she was a companion who was ready to travel if I was so interested. Just for the heck of it, I tried talking to Matteo. He wasn't having anything of it. I couldn't even get him to talk, which was odd, so I guess that must be quest related. Something similar with Walter Stroud, he wouldn't talk to me. So the next thing I tried was talking to Sarah, and interestingly, I did not have the option for Sarah to travel with me like I had with previous characters, even though I'm pretty sure I selected all the same options.
You got it.
So that was an interesting discovery. I did check her affinity status using a different mod, and as you can see that she was not angry with me or anything like that. But I guess in this particular instance, I was only able to take Andreja with me. My final option was for the random location with the custom loadout, and so I selected the same Constellation option 2, if I want to select other companions to follow me, but I selected the random location and the custom loadout, and then I was ready to see what the game had in store with this particular setup. The game dropped me on Kurtz, which is Jemison's moon, and I was pleased to hear that the frontier was landing nearby, so I just spun around until I could find it. Took me a while. And there it was. Once I got to the frontier, I decided to take a look at my character. And as you can see, they have an interesting look. They're carrying an Assassin's Advanced Maelstrom and a modified Eon. They're wearing the Trackers Alliance spacesuit, which is, it's okay, I guess. I mean, it's a good stats, but I don't really care for the look. A Trackers Alliance skip pack and a Trackers Alliance space helmet. And you can see that they're wearing a security flight suit, which is a good-looking outfit. And under the aid, you can see what they had there. They had an amp, which I thought was good. I recruited Andreja at the lodge, and she immediately wanted to talk.
We have not yet had a moment to talk about what happened to you at that place. Temple? I am not sure what to call it. In all my time amongst the stars, I have never heard of such a thing. What do you think that place was? Nor I suspect anyone else who has ever lived. Is that presuming too much? Certainly it is too soon to speculate about who built it, but how can we not? After what you experienced, do you have any insights? All right, fine. You could just say you have no idea. I am sorry. After what you have been through, I should be asking about you. Are you all right? Have you felt any side effects? Yes, I meant apart from that. I am still trying to comprehend that on its own. The artifacts, that temple, this new ability you have acquired, clearly they are all connected. This is all so much bigger than we realized. Yes, you are right. And if we continue to work together, perhaps we can start to explain some of this. Now we have even greater reason to press forward, to learn more about what is at work here.
During that interaction, you can see the affinity meter in the upper right. That's a mod that I'm running that shows you how well your companions like you as you're progressing through the game. Well, those are the fast start new game options from SKKMods. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this content, please feel free to like and subscribe. My name is Richard, and I will see you in the Starfield.